Okay, so let's have an attendance. This April 30. Aglubat. Mr. Aglubat, where are you? Meron kanina nawala. Alva. Section 2.
Hoy, Alba!
Alva.
Nag-prepare kayo di 10 o'clock.
Wala pa si Alva.
Wala pa sa Alba.
Hello?
Sino na ka? Bakit nito ka?
Si-
Alba ko ni... Ay, hindi pwede.
Aglubat, present. Alva.
Hello. Yeah. Yeah.
Balbin. Balbin absent. Barcelona. Barcelona absent. Borillo. Cardona. Cardona absent. Corpus Francis. Corpus wala. Eugenio. Joseph. Galvez Adrian.
Sir, present.
Gonzales. Carlo.
Present, sir.
Gerson. Gerson. Hidalgo. Legazpi. Legazpi. Maravilla.
Present, sir.
Maravilla present. Nares.
Sir, present.
Nelmida. Nelmida. Absent. Nero. Nero Christian.
Present. Sir, present.
Padua. Padua. Absent. Kiambao. Villanueva.
Sir, present, sir.
Villanueva present. Vilorio
Sir, present.
present. Cabanela.
Sir, present.
Camense.
Sir, present.
Giruela.
Present, sir.
Labsan. Labsan. Numos. Numos. Absent. Ramirez. Wala din. Gloria.
Present, sir.
Cardona Ashley. Cardona Ashley wala. Gonzales. Rain Troy. Gonzales Rain Troy. Says students. April 30. Akas.
Present, sir.
Bandayril. Bandayril. Absent. Custodio.
Sir, present.
Sylvester.
Present, sir.
Sylvester present. Nilio.
Sir, present.
Present. Kabudoy. Kabudoy. Sir, present. Nasa munisipyo. Munisipyo daw. Tangalin.
Present, sir.
Tanyag. Tanyag. Wala. Absent. Okay, so let's go now to our Google Classroom. So last week our topic, by the way, our activity. Let's check our activities last week. So only 4 turn in: Galvez, Akas, and Legazpi, and Miro Nilio. Oh, wait. No attachment, Akas. At wala siyang attachment. Akas is CS. This is for this IT students.
Okay, I'm going to install. I'm on the second line. Composer required.
Huh? Choppy Mr. Aglubat.
I'm going to composer require Laravel at UI. I'm going to do it now.
I'll be uploading my video.
Recognized as an internal or external command operatable. Huh?
I'll be uploading my video demonstration later on. Okay. Okay, so
Okay.
later on, first for DCS students, our topic last week is the delete module. So material. Activity manual, same activity manual. So week 11 CS students, so same. And then I'll be having a video demonstration on how to by the way, our topic for today is about the read and navigation. So kompleto natin. So we have the create module done. Okay, so let's start. Oo, pwede. Okay. Ha? Okay, so read module done, delete module done, and as well as for the update module. Pwede rin. And then create module is also done, pero for the read module not yet, but this will be our topic for today. And then the index module also, that will be our topic for today. So let's start. So first you have to recording good. You have to start the Apache and then the MySQL, and then go to PHP localhost PHP myadmin, and then let's go to our directory SAMP htdocs, and then student information system, and then we have okay, so let me delete some.
Sir,
Yes.
sir,
Oh.
Alba.
Di ba may defense kayo ngayon? Mr. Alba?
Defense namin yan.
Oo nga.
Yes, sir.
Hmm.
Ano ba kami?
Okay lang. Sige.
Sir, testing lang namin yung cam namin. Share lang namin.
Sige lang. Mag-prepare na daw kayo,
Okay
sabi
lang?
ni Ma'am Ja. Prepare for your proposal defense, sabi ni Ma'am Ja. Mr. Alba.
Sige, sir.
Okay lang.
Panel ka ba, sir? Hindi.
Hindi. Si Sir Alan daw ata
Bakit
yung
eh?
panel. Si Sir Alan yung panel.
Sir,
na,
alam mo,
recorded pa.
kaya alam mo ba yung mga panel namin?
Hindi ko alam.
Basta andun si Sir Lau.
Ata. Si Sir Alan daw. Anyway.
My
Basta,
God!
bahala na kayo dun. Okay, so let's go now to our directory,
Sir.
student information. And then let me delete the index and read form. Ano ba? Student information system, no, student information ito. So index is our navigation bar. Later on I'll be discussing that one, and then as well as the read form, and then the other lang close all the tabs. Yun. Okay. Read form, delete form, update form. So let me remove first ito mga to. This is our navigation bar. I'll be discussing that later on. And then for the create process, delete process, and update process, I'll be deleting this one. Update process, create process, and then delete process. Okay. Okay, so let's start. First, I want to know what is my database. So, this is my database. By the way, MySQL connect, MySQLi underscore connect function or method. Localhost, put host name, username, password, empty, and my database is student DB. So, student DB. So this is my student DB, table name, information, and then I have the following columns: ID for first name and last name. Okay. Now, based from our activity manual, we have to create another file. Okay, so if you notice, we don't have any process, read process, because the read form and then the read process are in one file. Isa na lang yung file niya. So this one. So we'll create a read form.php. So create a new file, save as read form.php, and then just copy this one, then paste. Let me remove muna ito, include the index. Okay. Okay, so here we have to include the database connection.php. So this is my database connection. I have a variable name con, MySQLi, etc. And then in my read form, I included the SQL command. So this is the SQL command for read form. Select all from the table name information var1, and then I put that in a variable SQL. Then next is I have the query. So result con, this is my database connection con, and then I have the query SQL. Okay. Then next, this is a combination of the HTML tag and the PHP. So inside my PHP, I have my HTML tag. So this is my HTML tag. If you want to use HTML tag inside the PHP, you have to use the echo command. So echo, then the HTML tag. This one is the bootstrap for the cascading style class container. So later on I'll be discussing that one. Echo table. So what is class table, table stripe, table border, table hover? What are those? Those are used for designing my table. And then I have here echo. So my table is from here to here. And then first table row, I have my table header, THID, name and address. And then my second row, and then the succeeding rows will be displaying all the data from my database. So this is my code. So first tr. I have id, name, address. This is my first table row, and then I use also a conditional state. I mean a looping statement. So this is a looping statement where it will fetch or get the data, all the data or record in my database. So I'm using the fetch assoc method. Okay, and then the result, this is my database connection and my query, and then yeah, and then it will get all the data in my database and then put that in the variable row. Next, inside the looping statement, I created a table row, and then inside my table row I have the table data row, and then this one is the name of the table. I mean the column, should I say. We have the ID, first name and last name. So we have the ID, then the second column is first name. So this should be first underscore name, and then the last one is last name. Last underscore name. Save, Control S, and then let's try what will happen. So localhost, then student information, read form. Okay, so if you notice all my data in my database, record 1 until record 14, it retrieved and then display that in our web page. So ID, name, address. Okay, so this is our tr based from our code. We have ID, name and address, ID, name and address. Okay, and then the record. This is the record. Okay, looping statement. Next is how to put design and navigation bar. So first we put the navigation bar. For the navigation bar, here. So for the navigation bar, the default file name will be index. So this is my navigation bar here. So this is my code. So we will create another file for that, and then the name is index.php. Okay, index.php. So once you load again your system, so for example here localhost student information, and then we don't have any file type here in this part, it is blank because our index, take note that the index.php is our default web page. This is our home page. Okay, so it is blank, so that's why our system, or in our web page, it is blank. Now let's copy the navigation bar code. So this is my code for the navigation bar. It's a pure HTML, and then paste it here. Okay, so first we have the title head. Yan. There. So I'm using the bootstrap, online bootstrap, so that I can use those classes. Yan. So I have here my references for the bootstrap. So bootstrap, navigation bar. Yan. So you can choose if you want this will be your design, then just copy this code, or if you want this one, then try it yourself. Then just copy the whole code here, then put it in here, for example. Okay. Save, and then let's try what will happen to our web page. So we have home, page 1, page 2, page 3. Now okay, so first is we have what? Create muna. So we have create module, create, and then we have the read, and then we have the update, and then the last one is our delete, for example. And then ahref will be calling the first, we have the create form.php, create form.php, then that is for the create, and then we have the read. For the read, we have the read form.php, and then for the update, that is for the update form.php. Then we have the delete, so the delete form.php. Okay, then let's try save, and then let's refresh, then okay. So when we click the create, it will go to our create form. When we click the read, it will go to our read form, update form, and the delete form. Okay, to avoid clicking the back button, this one. Okay, so for example here, create form. So I want my create form to show the navigation bar. So dapat nandito pa rin yung navigation bar. So once I click the create form, then the navigation bar should be displayed in the upper part. And then even in read form, the navigation bar should be at the top. So in every form, create form, read form, update form, and delete form, so should be the navigation bar should be displayed in my page. So to do that, so let's go now to our create form, and then we have to include the index. So take note that the index is take note that the index is our navigation bar. So I'm in the create form. Refresh, click create. So that's it. So we have the navigation bar. So I'm inside the create form, and then for the read form, same. So go to our read form, and then you have to include also the index.php. So refresh. Okay, so if you notice, once I included in my read form, I included the index.php. So let me remove first. Save. What will happen? Read form. If you notice, my table doesn't have any design, wala siyang design. But when I include the index.php, which is our navigation bar, then it has already a design. Why? Because if you notice in my index.php, I have a link for my bootstrap for the cascading style. Okay, and now so looking at the read form, we have here the class container, the class table, table stripe, table border, and table hover. What are those things? So in my bootstrap, go to tables. There. So this is the table stripe class. So add several stripes to a table. So that's why in my output here, parang yan, it has a stripe. Then next in our code, that is stripe. Then next is border, hover. Okay. So this is the border. So the table border class add border to all sides of tables and cells. So meron siyang table line. Next is we have the hover. Table hover class adds hover effect, gray background color on the table row. Okay, so pag nag-hover, when my mouse hover inside the table, then it will change the color into gray. Okay, so that's it. So table class container, and then table stripe, table border, and table hover. Okay, so next is update. So in our update form, just include um, index.php, refresh. So I have here the navigation bar, create, read, update, and then for the delete, last for the delete form, include the index.php, save, then refresh. Okay, so let's try create form, any name, save, already save, read, so that is record 16. Okay, update, let's try record 16, id 16, change to p, update, then read. So yun, then next delete, record 16, delete, read. So record 16 is deleted. Now redirecting, so last is the redirect. So if you notice in my activity manual, in my process, create process, update form, delete form, search, or later on I'll be discussing the search. Where is it? Yan, create process. I included the header location function. So for example, in my create process, so take note, in my create form, once I click the submit button, it will go to my create process.php. So create process.php. So in my create process.php, I included the header location read form so that it will redirect. So once you save the data, it will redirect or open the read form.php. So let's try create. So any data, save, there, it redirect, nagre-redirect siya sa read. So let's try it again. First name Mark Valdez, for example, save. So once I click the save, it will go to my read form, redirect to my read form. That is the use of the header location. So let's do that in the other process. So for example, the update process. So for example, update record number 17, id 17. Okay, row Balsita, for example, update. So it redirect to my read form. And then as well as for the delete process. For the delete process, same header location read form. So if I want to delete, for example, record number 14, delete record number 14, then delete, it will redirect to my read form. So that is the use of the header location. So that's it.